and this week's fun facts, we're going to celebrate Earth Day. Now, Earth Day was yesterday, so hopefully you did something fun, or maybe you just acknowledged it, maybe you did something life-altering, but in any case, it was yesterday. But this Friday, we're going to continue that theme into the weekend. So I'm going to give you the top 13 things that you can do today to help with the health of our environment here in Colorado, and of course the impacts throughout the country and the world. So number 1 is carpooling or taking alternate forms of transportation. So you can, if you go to work, a lot of people now are starting to stay at home more because of the pandemic. But if you are still going to work, perhaps there's a way you can carpool or take public transportation, or even perhaps trade in your 4 wheels for 2 and ride your bike to work. This also goes with if you have errands to run. Maybe there is a way that you can carpool doing that, or possibly take a different alternative transportation, such as a bike or the bus perhaps, or maybe even a ride share. Number 2 is composting your food waste. So 25 to 30% of all garbage waste that goes into a landfill is food waste. So you can start to either compost on your own, or you can find local municipalities that will take your compost or your food waste from you, and they will compost it. I have put some different websites down below that you can check out to either compost or to take your food waste to get composted. Number 3 is to recycle more. This is easy when you can just have it out on the curbside of your home and the trash company comes and picks it up, but you can also just take it to your local recycling centers if you don't have a curbside pickup. So you can separate it out into your garage or your kitchen or someplace where you can put your recycles by paper, plastic, and glass and metal. And then you can take it to the recycling centers and recycle those. But another great way to combat some of this stuff is to buy more sustainable products. So if you try to start switching out some of the things that you see that you recycle on a weekly, daily, monthly basis, such as perhaps a water bottle, maybe it's time to go out and buy a reusable water bottle. That way you can eliminate all those plastic bottles. Or you can also do stuff like buy a more eco-friendly toothbrush instead of the plastic ones that can't really be recycled. So those are just some alternative things that you can do on the recycling front. Number 4, this is to become a beekeeper. So if you enjoy bees or gardens or whatever, maybe having a bee home or a beehive in your backyard or somewhere around your house is something that you can think about, because the more places for bees to live, the more bees can help us with pollinating our food and of course giving us yummy honey. Number 5 is to create a wonderful eco environment around your home with such things as a flower garden or even a vegetable garden. If you plant a vegetable garden, you can help to reduce a percentage of your groceries that you buy a week, and you're getting yummy food that you produced on your own. And of course, flowers are one of those wonderful things that help to keep all of the pollinators happy, and they provide food and homes for other critters around your house. Number 6 is stay the trail. So I've put a website down below about Stay the Trail. So this idea is for people that are hiking or biking on trails to not step off onto the areas that are not part of the trail, because you can damage the ecosystems or plants or animals that live there. But this is also for people that use motor vehicles, such as four-wheel vehicles that go up there and climb on the rocks and stuff like that. You really want to be able to keep on the trails, the designated trails, because you want to help to preserve these areas, and you also want to be able to come back and enjoy them for future use, because if you don't stay the trail and you're damaging the wildlife and the areas around it, they will close those trails. Number 7 kind of goes along with number 6 about staying the trail, but this is to pack in and pack out. So when you're going camping or hiking or biking or jeeping or four-wheeling or whatever you're doing, make sure that you take out everything that you brought in. Even those banana peels or orange peels or something that you think that will biodegrade, they still take a long time. And sometimes in different climates, it takes even longer because they're not natural to that environment. So the environment doesn't actually compost it as fast as you would think it would. So this just helps to keep everything clean and healthy, and you can find other ways of disposing of that because it is still considered trash. Number 8 also goes along with 7 and 6, but it's a little bit different. Basically what it is if you're going on a walk, no matter where it is, if it's in your neighborhood or in the mountains or anywhere in general, take a trash bag with you or a small grocery bag with you and pick up the trash that you see outside. This helps to keep your community clean and, of course, the environment clean. My son, my youngest one, loves to do this. He always picks up trash and throws it in the trash bin, and he's always like, I can't believe someone dropped this on the ground. And sometimes it's not that people dropped it on the ground, but maybe an animal dug it out of the trash can, or maybe the wind blew it out of a trash can. But this way, it's just you're helping out your community and your environment. Number 9 is to plant a tree. If you have space around your home to plant a tree, that is great because it helps to clean the air around your environment. It also provides food and shelter for bees and birds and other little critters, and it also helps to cool your home, especially in the summertime. You don't have to run the air conditioner as much because your house is being cooled by the shade of the tree. If you don't have room to plant it, maybe you can get a potted tree, or perhaps you can just go out and volunteer to plant trees in your community. Number 10, try to switch out your harsh chemicals for some more natural products. So if you are using chemicals for your lawn treatment, or even just in your household for cleaning your laundry or cleaning the bathrooms and the kitchens, and you're using harsh chemicals, all that stuff goes into our water supply, and a lot of it doesn't get cleaned out even though it goes to treatment plants. Sometimes some of these harsh chemicals just can't get all of it out of our water system. So if you switch out some of your harsher chemicals for more natural ones that are easily treated in treatment plants or naturally, that will help to keep our waters nice and healthy for us to consume later on. Which brings me into point number 11, and that is water conservation. Now, I've talked about this topic numerous times before because water is definitely one of those precious commodities we have here in Colorado. We don't have a lot of it, and there is a lot of it that goes downstream to other communities and states. So we want to make sure that we conserve as much water as possible. So you can use different types of products, such as low flow valves in your sinks and your shower heads and even in your toilets to reduce the amount of water that's going through. You can also use different types of settings on your washing machine that help to conserve stuff, or you can even just take smaller or shorter showers. Also, you want to try to put your lawn care into some kind of a cycle where you have maybe a sprinkler system or some kind of water timing system on your water sprinkler system so that you're not wasting water when you don't need to. There are plenty of products out there. There's even smart products out there that will help you with turning your water on and off and conserving water when perhaps you don't need it. Number 12 is eating one vegetarian type meal a week. This has crazy amounts of impact on the environment, not to mention on your health and on your financials. So here are some of the crazy stats if you ate one vegetarian meal a week for a year. If you do that, you will be saving 1.4 billion animals a year. You will save 100 billion gallons of water a year. You will save 70 million gallons of fuel or gas a year, and 3 million acres of land a year. That's kind of crazy when you think about eating only one meal or doing a meatless Monday meal in an entire year. If every person in America did that. That is pretty crazy. And number 13 is to buy local, like from your local farmers or your local merchants and markets and stuff. The reason is because this will reduce carbon emissions from the transportation of such products. And when you're buying locally from farms, you're also helping those farmers to keep up their sustainably ecological practices of farming that some of the big ag companies do not. So you're not only helping the environment, but you're also getting healthier and better food. There's lots of ways to reduce your carbon footprint. I've only listed some of the 13 that you can do just out of the top of my head, and stuff that's helpful for Colorado as well. I've put down below a link to a carbon calculator if you're interested on what your carbon footprint is and ways to reduce it. There's also lots of other websites down below that kind of go into some of these themes that I've talked about. And if you have any questions about any of these topics or any real estate related questions, you can contact me through any of my social pages. And if you enjoyed this topic, please press the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button so that you can get these fun facts into your email box every week. And until next week, have a wonderful, warm weekend and happy late Earth Day.